terms of setup, so this was set up for a higher lofted shot, okay? So we can see the feet are fairly narrow, which you want to try and do with the setup, okay? And that ball position now is forward. If you needed a lower shot, or there's nothing to go over, so a lower shot would be easier, the ball now would be more towards the trail foot, okay? Now, it's only going to move back to that trail foot because this foot's got closer, okay? It's not a full width of stance. You'd have to say a 5 or 7 iron, and then moving kind of this way. You brought your feet, as you can see, quite noticeably closer there. So if the ball position was kind of in this spot, it wouldn't be that far back from the left heel, which it would be for a full shot. It's not changing necessarily from there to there. It's just this foot has moved inwards. Which gives the impression that ball position now has moved back a lot. But for a higher shot with the lob wedge, see the club face now is square on the ground. You're using the full loft the golf club. The key thing with this now is the way you got to think about this. You've got a finish line between your left foot there and your left shoulder, and the hands need to get there before the golf club. Okay, they are going to hinge on the way back. Okay, so we hinge on the way back. It's quite a big swing for a 20-yard shot, isn't it? Which is, but this has got a lot of loft. It would need, actually, fair. As you swing through, you come back to impact. There's the ball being struck. The hands now you can see are just getting to that yellow line just back there, just for impact, okay? And then from here we turn the torso through. And you've got a little bit of kind of uncocking of the wrists here now. Happening up here is okay. If it's a shorter shot, we'd expect the club to be kind of a bit more this way, which would have the less wrist hinge there anyway. And going through and having that kind of aggressive strike, with the hit, almost like your backhand, your right hand, almost like your palm is down for longer and staying this way. So many golfers try to loft it up in the air by using their right hand to scoop. Yes, if the lie's really good. Yes, if you're really, 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 really skilled, it will work, but it just brings a lot of risk into play. And that's why I always say to someone, if you've got nothing in the way, don't go over nothing. If there's nothing on the way, just kick it on the ground. And that's the biggest frustration sometimes when these shots, we get there, we get a drive and a second shot, say, covered almost 400 yards, and that's great. And you've got a 20-yard shot, and you basically just duff it across. And you think, how difficult can this be? Because if you look at a full shot, we talk about your arm and your elbow with the swing and the long game. That requires coordination, flexibility. It requires power and some strength. It requires balance to hit a golf ball over 150 yards. To chip a ball 20 yards just needs a bit of control. You don't need balance. You're not going to fall over for a pitch shot or a chip shot. You don't need flexibility or power or any of those kind of things. So a lot less is required. So therefore, it should be easier. And the frustrations we get a lot of times when people are playing these shots, you've got the flag there somewhere, okay, and you're 20 yards to the green. And the next shot's from 40 yards back the other way. Or you just duffed it over here somewhere. And you're like, oh, for God's sake, what's going on? So in terms of the swing, getting that torso to swing through the shot there, as we can see, when we finish it, taking the golf club away now, length of backswing will determine how far it goes as well. So if you want to hit a shorter shot, we go back less. Okay? We always want to be accelerating through with our torso as much as we comfortably can. It doesn't want to be kind of like a hoik, obviously, but at the same time, we don't want to be sort of decelerating and quitting. If, however, on this one, you'll see clear, obviously, if we go back too far, this was, I think, probably something different than those two backswings. About the same, to be fair. If you go back for this shot here now, so the hands were up here and the club was kind of in this area, okay, your brain would then go, oh, hang on, too much power. And then you'd have to start trying to quit on. The way we quit, we sort of decelerate, we grip onto the club to try and slow it down, drop the knees, lean back, do all these things, and then just you get half ball going across the green. So always committing through that shot, get that torso and body turning through. If the body stops, it's the hand of the club that swings round to the left, not the club head going round to the left. So that video is saying, I think the guy said, I don't know, maybe wrong, but I'd assume that the handle comes through here and we do this. We don't want to see a club whipping over there because that's going to just close the club face, add speed, de-loft it, and to send the ball further, okay? And if you want to hit a shot for 20 yards, the last thing you really want is to send the ball further, okay? But when we're doing that hold, again, the hold comes because the torso moves. I'm not necessarily, when I finish here now, just doing this move, you can see now, I'm not really sort of like pulling my arm away from the shoulder sockets, okay? As we turn through, there is some sort of connection between the arms and the torso. And this is kind of where the towel under the arm kind of works, because your chest and torso and arms are all working together, and you finish there connected. If there's a towel under your arm, it'd stay there. But obviously if you're here, it'd still be there. As your arms were to go further back for a longer shot, the towel would eventually come out. So it's only for these short, little, tiny shots do we use that kind of towel under the arm drill. but to keep that connection with the arms and hands, okay? Yeah. But I would suggest practice with lofted clubs. Don't be afraid of them. Yeah. One thing I would then say is when you've got better at them, don't use them all the time. Know you have them in the game if you need to. There's a bunker in the way or something to go over, you can do that. But at the same time, don't choose the hardest shot.
Oh, yeah. You know when you hit the flop shot?
Yeah.
You really have to, instead of being sort of there, you
have
to be there. Right?
Yeah, slightly, yeah. With a flop shot, you need to have a few things going. Number one, the lie's got to be good.
Yeah.
A tight lie is almost impossible. You've got to be... The worse the lie is, the more skilled you have to be, basically. So if you had a nice fluffy lie, almost like a sort of tee thing, you could lay the club flat on the ground. You'd quite a lot of swing because you're almost barely hitting the ball. You're almost glancing the ball, so the ball's going straight up. So mentally, it's hard to make a swing of that power and the ball only go like 5 yards or 10 yards, okay? So that's why a lot of people find it tricky because it's overcoming kind of the norm that if I go back this far, the ball's going to go miles. But the problem is if you do thin it or catch it clean, it does go pretty much, and that's the problem. So, I would say look at the shots you've just been playing there now without the face extremely open. That ball's stopping quick enough, isn't it? And if you can't stop it quick enough, then you're probably better just chipping it on the green, running 10 or 15 foot past, and then 2-putting back anyway. You don't need to try and play a superhuman lob shot. They're 1 in a million type shots, maybe a do or die on the last hole, but we'd have more success, I think, striking it better and stopping it with backspin that way than trying to send it up above, like Mickelson lobbing over his caddy's head kind of thing. So it's impressive, but it brings in a lot of risk. Lovely. Okay, so does that make sense then, yeah?
Yeah.